It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
No, Fugazi. It's fake.
Yeah, fugazi. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
Right? All right.
Right.
What do you do, Kanekis? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. So in this video, we're going to be talking about buy now, pay later, or as people like to call it, buy now, pay later. It's a joke within the finance community. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about BNPL. But before we get into it, please hit the like button, subscribe as well to catch future videos that we do on this channel about finance and economics. So, buy now, pay later. I will start by defining it. You guys know I like my definitions to kick off the videos. So we'll start with the definition of it, what it actually is. It is basically short-term financing. It is like lots of minuscule payments. You pay sometimes £7 a month, up to maybe about £20 a month. I don't really indulge in this. I don't really know the figures. You guys tell me in the comments, but usually it's like small payments you make per month. And it basically allows consumers to make purchases and pay for them over time. So think of it like a loan. It's essentially a loan. You can use it for essential things like food, clothing, non-perishables. So for example, furniture and whatnot. That's basically buy now, pay later. It's quite popular in the UK and America as well. I think the most popular supplier of that is Klarna. That's a very big one in this space. And also Affirm Holdings. I'll come back to Affirm Holdings later in the video, but yeah, so using buy now, pay later financing can be convenient. That's the thing. They always trap people with convenience. It's always convenient. It can be convenient, but there are also some potential traps to consider. Consumers can make purchases using BNPL services offered by traditional and online retailers through apps provided by third parties. Klarna, for example. They claim it typically charges no interest. You have to look at the fine print. Some providers typically do charge interest, usually about after 12 months or so. I made a point to look it up. They do charge it after 12 months if you don't pay down your loans. So do be aware of that. And yeah, they say it generally won't affect your credit score unless you make late payments or you fail to pay. That's another thing that you'll need to remember as we go along. Now, the testing impact of BNPL. Why is it a thing? Well, because it's profitable. Companies have run lots of tests. For example, as you can see here, one run by Stripe, it found that businesses generated new sales, increased revenue, and boosted conversion rates by offering BNPL. So basically, this test, what happened was, it was like an A/B test. One group didn't see the buy now, pay later option, and another group saw the buy now, pay later option next to the typical checkout option. And essentially they found out that when they have the BNPL option, people tend to click buy now because, I mean, they're seeing £7 a month, £11 a month. They think, oh yeah, it's affordable. I can get that, I can pay it. But the thing is, they do that on multiple purchases. So they get something for £7 a month, another thing for £11 a month, another thing for £15 a month, and it adds up. It adds up. And we're about to see the devastating impacts it's having on people. So, released in 1st September 2023 by Money and Pension Service, headlined, 1 in 5 buy now, pay later customers are using it for essential items. I'm going to read through this. It is a very important article to read through. It will probably take us about 3 or so minutes, but I do think it is very important. So, almost 2 million buy now, pay later customers are using it for essential items. The research suggests over 10 million use BNPL and half have a bill they haven't paid off yet. Remember when I said you only pay interest on it after 12 months if you don't pay it off? Well, they're paying interest now. In the UK, it's 5%. I mean, some credit card companies charge 26%. It's crazy. Half of those owe more than £100. BNPL is changing how people shop, and rising prices, of course, is usage. I mean, of course, rising cost of living, people do need additional support in the form of credit. The survey of more than 2,500 UK adults using BNPL, carried by the Behavioral Insights team and the Money Pension Service, showed that 1 in 5, about 19%, use it for essentials. So groceries, toiletries and hygiene, household bills and fuel. The poll, part of a new report called Buy Now Pay Later, Review of the Market, also revealed that over half of users, 55%, currently have an outstanding payment, meaning they haven't paid it down yet, while 33% have at least two. Of those with payments outstanding, more than half, another 55%, owed more than £100, while 1 in 7, 14%, owed over £500. And they're paying interest on that. It adds up. It adds up. Buy Now Pay Later is also changing how people shop, with 2/3, 69%, saying they have used it even though they'd originally intended to pay for the item in full. Remember the A/B testing? People will click on Buy Now Pay Later because they're seeing £7 a month. And you're thinking, yeah, I can afford that. Why not? They'd rather do that than pay the full price. Meanwhile, 44% had checked for BNPL whilst shopping, and 38% had spent more than they planned to because it was available. Increased revenue, that's what the test found. People just see it, yeah, it looks cheap, I'll get it, why not? Respondents broadly reacted positively to BNPL, with 82% finding it easy to understand and 76% saying it was easy to manage and pay off. So the vast majority are fine, right? 76% say, yeah, I'm cool, sweet. However, there are people who are struggling, people who are using it as a lifeline. And those are the ones who need the protection the most because they're getting hammered. I hope none of you watching this at the moment are relying on Buy Now Pay Later. If you are, please stop. I don't mean to, it's not funny. Like, please stop. Please stop. It's only digging you into a bigger hole. Just stop using it. Do your best to pay it down as soon as you can. So, however, 32% had faced an issue managing their spending, with 14% of customers missing a payment and 14% charged a late fee. There you go. It's good until it isn't. As for what had caused the issue, prioritizing other borrowing repayments, 34%. Basically, they had more debts that they had to pay off. They had other debts that they had to pay off, probably more Buy Now Pay Later purchases. Some didn't know that a payment was due, that was 32%. And those were among the top responses. I mean, they're not going to remind you, they're not going to send you a notification because it's more profitable for them to have you not pay it off so that they can get you on the interest side, you know? It's really predatory. Some didn't know they would be charged a late fee, that was 22%. Read the fine print. And some borrowed too much, another 21%. These are damning statistics, man. It's quite sad. 1 in 10 had to take money from savings, roughly 30 to 13%, or used a credit card, 10%, to make a repayment. So you're paying down debt with debt, also called a debt spiral. We just simply cannot get out of debt. Wow. Well, I will link to the rest of this. I'll link to this article in case you guys want to read the rest of it. It is very interesting. I more or less got to the end here, but if you like to reference it for anything else, I'll link to it. And now for the damning part. You guys heard me talk about Affirm and Klarna at the top. Unfortunately, Klarna isn't a publicly traded stock, so I cannot look at their balance sheet, but I will look at Affirm as a proxy. I did mention them, and as you can see here, it is the largest US-based Buy Now Pay Later tender. Now, why am I talking about Affirm? You know, well, here's why. Here is why. You guys remember I explained what it means to be insolvent when I talked about the US Treasury. When you have more liabilities than assets, well, you will find that the biggest provider of buy now pay later is itself insolvent. Right, so here, look at the total equity, 2.73 billion, and I'll look at the net debt, 4.29 billion. They've got more debt than they have assets. So even if they were to liquidate all their assets, they still wouldn't be able to pay down their debt. They're insolvent and they are bankrupt. The largest provider of this buy now pay later service. Look at their net income. They haven't turned a profit. They have not turned a profit. It's trending positive, as you can see over the past few quarters. If I go annual, it is largely trending positive. Maybe not on the annual side. It's sort of almost $1 billion in losses. Oh man, look, listen. Buy now, pay later is a house on fire. You do not want to rush in. Get out as quickly as you can. There's a Bible verse I want to quote. It goes along the lines of, wait, let me look it up. You guys know I like my Bible verses as well. So it is Proverbs 27-28, and it goes, "Can you carry fire against your chest without burning your clothes? Can you walk on hot coals without burning your feet?" Of course, this verse is talking about adultery, but I think it's very much applicable to using debt. Debt is a dangerous instrument if you do not know how to use it properly. If you don't know how to use debt properly, please stay away from it and just be safe. Be safe with your finances, because if you aren't, it's going to lead to many sleepless nights. And also there's another one I really like called the law of holes. If you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. On that note, I will wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you did. Share this video with people you believe will need to find out about this and learn about the dangers of buy now, pay later. Let me know what you think as well in the comments below. Have you used buy now, pay later? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it is not as much trouble as the numbers and the stats are showing? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.